Hi everyone, welcome back to our third video in the Zoned Out Creating Outside Your Comfort Zone series. This week we're going to look at Project Life or Pocket Scrapbooking inspired layouts. I applaud people that take on Project Life. It's kind of overwhelming to me. I just don't think that would be something that I could keep up with. But I really do love a good grid, and the Pocket Scrapbooking pages are basically a big grid. So I wanted to take on that design this week, and so you can see here I've got my white background paper and I'm going to use that as my base, and I have some of the 3x4 cards that I've gotten from the new Simple Stories Summer Vibes collection, and I'm trimming each one of those down just a bit. You can see right there I just trimmed a teeny bit off of the edges because those are 3x4. And if I kept them at that size, they would completely take up the whole background and there wouldn't be any separation between the cards. And so I wanted a little bit of white in between each of the cards, just so I would have some space there in between those, because I'm going to stitch to give it that pocket look in just a bit. And so I'm just getting those laid out and just placing in. I'm going to start by placing the two on the top corner so I can get those squared up. So I'm just going to do both of those right there on the ends, and then I'm going to go ahead and just stop the camera and get all of the rest of those in place and finish up. And so now you can see they're all in place, and now I'm going to add the stitching. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch down each of those rows with white thread. It adds some texture and it gives it that pocket page look. So I just wanted to add that stitching along each of those lines, and so I'm just going to do that here on this first line, and then I'll go back off camera and finish up that stitching. And so you can see it here, just stitched down that line right there, and I really like the look that adds to the page. It really makes it look like that pocket scrapbook page. And so this is the fun part. Now I'm going to start adding some embellishments in my title. And I really liked that little card right there that I'm putting the title on. It's kind of like a notebook paper look. And it had the lines kind of going, they weren't straight, they were kind of on a diagonal. And I really like that because once I have everything on the Pocket Scrapbook page, everything is kind of straight because of the grid. But it kind of throws it off a little bit just because that title goes a little crooked. And so I really liked that look and thought it was really cute. And so I'm going to spend most of the rest of the time embellishing, and you can just see how I add embellishments to some of the little areas. Some I don't add anything, especially to the summertime at the top and the always look on the bright side of life. I leave those just because I wanted the sayings to show. So I didn't want to cover those up. And one of the good benefits of this type of layout is if you have a trip or something that has a lot of photos, this would be a great way to document that. If you want to add a lot of journaling, you could also do that with the Project Life Pocket Scrapbooking style. And I also want to say, just because something is outside your comfort zone doesn't mean you can't do it. Basically it just means that you're not going to sit down probably when you're creating and say, I think I'm going to make a whatever today, if it's not something that you normally do. So just getting outside your comfort zone just allows you kind of to experiment with different types and different styles of projects and layouts. And I really did like the way this one came out at the end. I have done one before, and I think I did it on 8.5 by 11, and I really wasn't in love with the way it turned out. But I really did like this one. And I just made a mistake right there. My frame did not adhere. The glue had already dried, and so I tried to put some glue under, and when I did, I didn't get it right under the frame, so I actually got the glue above it. But I'm going to fix that in just a minute. I'm letting it dry, and once it dries, I'm going to kind of peel it off. But I'm going to add an embellishment right there, just so it'll cover up that part right there where I had the glue. And so you'll just see me add that. Yeah, a little wood veneer right there fixes it all up, and you would never know it was there. But this is the fun part, like I said, adding the embellishments and just kind of putting whatever you want to on there. I like the little stickers, any of the flat elements, things like that. The wood veneers, those are from Chic Tags. I've had those for a while. and thought those would be cute to go on here. And that was those are little photo stickers that are in the Simple Stories collection. I didn't layer that one over a photo because it had such a dark background, so I thought it would be cute just to put there under the frame. And this was another summer kind of little die cut that was in that bits pack, and so I thought that would be cute right there over the orange little card, and so I wanted to get that added too. And these are great for embellishing because you have each of the squares, so you can do whatever you want to on each one. Like I said, you can add as little, if you want to embellish some of the ones like I did that didn't really have a phrase or an image. And you could put in, like I said, a lot of the cards that would be good for journaling if you had a lot of journaling that you wanted to do. And I only did one 12 by 12 because I really only had 3 photos from the pool that I wanted to do on this one, but this would be great to do like a double page if you wanted to do a double page layout, if you had a lot of photos, like I said, from a vacation or something like that. And this would be a perfect way to document that. Birthday, Christmas, any big holidays. This would be a fun way to do that. And now I'm basically just going through this little bits pack, just kind of seeing if there's any other things that I want to add. You don't have to go crazy because you do have a lot of color from the 3x4 cards. And the few embellishments, you can see they really add a lot to the page, just mixing all of that in together. And I liked adding the little frames too, kind of creating a visual triangle, adding the one at the top and then to the center and to the bottom, because my photos kind of were on a diagonal, so I liked having the visual triangle from the frames, just to help your eye follow along on the page there. And so I'm going to add a couple little hearts. I didn't want to make it too girly, but I have to have a heart usually somewhere on my page. I love my hearts. And so I'm getting close to finishing, and once this finishes up, you'll see a little preview of what's coming up for our last video in the series next Monday. So make sure you check that out, and you will see the full layout here at the end and some close-ups. And I just want to say thanks so much to everybody that's joined me for the series and for your comments. I've loved reading them, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. And thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.